Hi guys, it's Dan, aka Prof Chipboard here, and I'm back with my Week 8 UBC match against Marcos, aka MoxieboostedYT. And basically, he's having a bit of a rough time in it at the moment. His team, I think even he would admit, it's not the best. It's got some pretty big issues with it. And yeah, so he's 0-7 right now, but he's still a good player. He still had to sort of be he's still a threat, and he's got a lot. He's got some really scary offensive mons, so I do have to at least prep for them. So here's the team of Nihilego, Araquanid, Kofagrigus, Hippowdon, Mega Ampharos, Slurpuff, Cradley, Lando Eye, Infernape, Cloyster, Klinklang. And basically, there's a couple of things. His only hazard removal is Cloyster, which is not good, particularly against a team where particularly against a team like mine where I have huge amounts of hazard stack options. He's also got a very slow team with the exception of Lando, Eye, and Infernape. There's like a big speed gap between them at 101 and 108. Oh, and Nihilego at 103. Basically, you've got a big speed gap at them to Klinklang at 90. And then his next fastest mon, which is Slurpuff at 73. So Trick Room is likely, but then he doesn't have a particularly good Trick Room set. It's only really the Kofagrigus. If I remember correctly, I think that's the only thing, potentially, except maybe Nihilego, which gets Trick Room. I don't know about Nihilego, but anyway. So yeah, basically my plan against his team is to get up hazards and then just sort of make sure that he can't sort of switch around and and basically not get swept by Shell Smash Cloyster, Belly Drum Slurpuff, or something like a Scarf Infernape or like a Beast Boost Scarf and Nihilego. So the team I've brought is AV Delmise with a decent amount of speed investment, so that I can outspeed stuff like a reasonably uninvested Araquanid, potentially a Kofag, potentially an uninvested Hippowdon, and the Mega Ampharos, all of which he's brought, which means potentially Trick Room when I first see that. I've got mixed defensive, mainly Fizz Def, Melotech, with I can't remember exactly what, but I think I had Scald, Dragon Pulse, Toxic, and Recover, because that hits all of his team. Means I don't get completely hard-walled by anything because I do have stuff like the Toxic to beat down my Araquanid. I then have Adamant, Max Attack, Mega Chomp, because I can outspeed his Slurpuff, and yeah, if he brings Sand, i.e. his Lando Eye and his Hippowdon, I 2-hit KO everything. If he doesn't bring Sand, I can 2-hit KO everything except the Hippowdon. With Earthquake, it's terrifying. 482 attack is no laughing matter. He then has I then brought Necrozma. I believe weakness policy. Again, this battle is coming out late. I apologise about that because I had my thesis presentation, and so I've had very very little time. So yeah, so I've got Necrozma. Can't really remember what the set is. Oh yeah, I've got Rocks on Chomp. Rocks SD, Earthquake, Dragonclaw. So, my Necrozma has, I think it's Stored Power. Oh yeah, he doesn't have a Dark type, so it's Stored Power, Iron Defense, Calm Mind. No, it's not. Yeah, it's a mono attacking setup, store power set. I can't remember exactly what the other 3 moves I had were. I then have a Scolipede which has spikes, T-spikes, a focus sash, Earthquake, and Endeavour. Earthquake does pretty well against his team, so if he leads with something like the Nihilego, then I can 2-hit KO that. I've also got Sash Endeavour, which is really nice because his only immunity to that is for Kofag, and that's the only thing where if you sort of lead to that, I'm not going to stay in and spike stack. Potentially lead Infernape is a bit annoying for me as well, but equally, it's a lead Infernape. I have Necrozma and yeah, like free the Melotech, the Mega Chomp, and the Necrozma will handle that really well. And finally, I have a bit of a meme Lucario set. I have Air Balloon, SD, Magnet Rise, Ice Punch, and Bullet Punch. Reason for this is that it's still Cloyster can't. It struggles to, unless it's a special Cloyster, it doesn't Oko. It doesn't Oko me at +2. Oh no, I've not got Ice Punch. I've got Close Combat. Yeah, I've got Close Combat to deal with that Cloister. And then I've got Bullet Punch, because Bullet Punch smacks the Slurpuff if he gets set up somehow. I know this means I'm complete setup fodder for a Kofag, and also a Lando I. However, potentially Lando I might not be able to touch me, and I do have things like the Milotech and the AV Delmise to deal with that. So, as said, I lead off with my Scolipede. I don't predict him to be lead. If he is lead, it's not the end of the world, so I get up my T-Spikes first things first. As he U-turns out, and that crit reveals that he's banded, which is nice, because it means that I can, as long as I can switch around more or less, I should be okay. So I get up Spikes, he heal bells. I don't really understand why, because he's just going to get toxic the next time he comes in, should have Volt Switch or whatever. And that allows me to get up an extra layer of Spikes. Could have potentially took out him with Earthquake, but if he was like a Cotton Guard set, then I didn't want to piss him out with that. Yeah, so I got to Chomp because it 2KOs his entire team. I don't know why the things aren't coming up. Yeah, but yeah, that has done what you'd expect it to. Yeah, so 2 KOs his Fizdef Cthulhu's. Reveals that he's actually Trick Room on Matt after the match, or I assume he is, based off some of the speed investment that he had on the other things. Yeah, he goes out into his Hippowdon because it's the only thing which can take a hit. I can SD up as he Toxics me, which is a bit annoying, but it means that with the Toxic I can 2 KO him as he gets up his rocks. Shows that he doesn't have anything like Whirlwind or Ice Fang. And yeah, that goes down. And so I've got basically all my hazards up, and everything is coming in. He's going to really struggle. He goes out into his Ape. I go out into my Milotech because I can kind of take a hit, but I can't because he blocks enough for the close combat. However, that gives me 100% free switch into the Delmise. He could have doubled out here, but equally, this thing does pretty well one-on-one against everything remaining on his team. I have a completely free EQ here, as he goes out into his Mega Ampharos, and EQ just nukes it. He goes out into his Reef here, and here I decide to Power Whip. Actually, potentially a bit of a misplay, because if I miss my Power Whip, then I have to go around and sack a few things, / get a free switch into my Lucario, so that I can close combat it, or just get it in range of Bullet Punch. However, I still had enough mons left to be able to clean up winning the game. So thankfully, he Shell Slashes up to try and basically go for game, because it's his only chance at this point. I Power Whip, and I thankfully hit. Should have Shadow Claw, but it is what it is. He goes out into his Araquanid. That can't kill me with anything, and I outspeed it because I've got a little bit of speed investment. And yeah, so that's dead, and he goes out into this, and I'm a bastard and play for differential as he Flare Blitzes, and dies to recoil. That does a lot. Yeah, so good game to Moxie. It's a very quick game, and I think basically he's at a stage of where he's a busy guy, and he's just doing this for fun now, which is fair enough. Could have been very, very dangerous either way, because we both got very offensive teams, and if he got the momentum to begin with, or if he got like a Trick Room up, then I could have been a little bit more in trouble, and I could have potentially been at a point where I've lost where I lose a load of mons very, very quickly. But yeah, GG to Moxie, and I'll see you again next week. Apologies in advance that this won't be edited at all. Sorry. Yeah, it's up late already. Yeah.